Today we're going to be talking about that important thing that your computer would be fairly useless without the computer monitor. Kind of need one of those. Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well today. Like I said, today we're going to be taking a look at these LG monitors. This is like the third part, I think, on a little bit of a series I've been doing where I've kind of been doing a review on some of the things I use to upgrade my office when I did my office remodel recently. So to be specific, this is the LG 34UC98. I believe that's the actual model number. Basically, it is LG's 34-inch ultra-wide curve monitor. So getting down to the specifics on the actual display here, the most important thing. What are the brass tacks on this thing? This is a 34-inch 21:9 ultra-wide curved display. It has a resolution of 3440 by 1440, which is just a little shy of 4K, and trust me, it is crispy AF. It has a 60 Hz refresh rate with an ADM FreeSync of 55 to 75 Hz. It has a 5 millisecond response time and an sRGB color accuracy of 99% with a 5,000,000:1 contrast ratio. So what does all that mumbo jumbo mean? Well, it's 34 inches, so it's a good size monitor. It's a big old beast of a monitor. It's close to 4K resolution. It's a curved display, which I really like because what I find with the ultra wide displays is they're so wide that the far side of one bit of the screen seems like it's 1.5 miles away. When you've got that nice curve, what that allows for is it brings that far edge around and it keeps the whole surface of the screen equidistant from your face, so you have a great viewing angle from all of it. It's got a great contrast ratio. It's got that sRGB color of 99%, which means it's going to have great color accuracy even for people that are pretty serious about photo editing and videography. And it's got a really good refresh rate. It's with that ADM FreeSync and whatnot. That's going to be fine for most gamers other than your real hardcore gamers who really are going to be just after that coveted 144 Hz. And because of the 21:9 aspect ratio, really with some games it's going to be outstanding if they support that, because you're going to see more of the map or more of the screen. You're going to see things in the perimeter that other people aren't going to see with the 16:9 ratio because it crops it in some. And the 21:9 aspect ratio on these things is great for consuming media. You can watch movies full screen without the black bars on the bottom and top, and with the curve, it is just a really cool immersive experience. That's the only way I have to word it, is just immersive, because you've got that screen wrapping around to your peripherals. There's no black bars, so it's full screen. It's one of the only TVs I have, or one of the only monitors I have in my home, that I can display a full 21:9 aspect ratio without the black bars. Now, the bad side of that is 16:9 stuff, you generally are gonna have black bars. Like when I watch a lot of YouTube stuff that's in 16:9, you're gonna have some black bars on the sides over here, but generally that's not a big deal. But when you do get to see those few things in 21:9 full screen, it's well worth it because it looks awesome. Getting down to the construction on these things, the fit and finish is fantastic. One of my favorite things about it is the ultra thin bezel these things have. It's like a brushed aluminum bezel, and it is one of the thinnest ones I've seen or I've had on any monitors I have, and it really makes these monitors pop and look great. It has an all white plastic back, which, you know, to here or there, some people might want a brushed aluminum. I don't care what the back is personally, because I have mine wall mounted. If you had your desk facing out, the white might be nice because it might kind of blend in a little more to the walls and just kind of disappear. Another thing I like about the white plastic back is because I do have mine mounted to the wall and I have LEDs behind them, the white really helps reflect the light off of the back of the monitors and really gives a nice glow around the outside. One final upside to the plastic back is it does keep the overall weight of these monitors down. These monitors with the stands are only about 17 pounds or so. I think it was 17.2 pounds. So overall, for the form factor and size of these things, a really fairly light monitor. So as for the stand, I did not use the stand. I wall mounted these. They do have a standard VESA compatible VESA. I don't know how you say that, the VE, you know what I'm talking about though, the standard mount on the back for when you want to wall mount these things. They do have that on the back. If you do choose to use the stand, it's a great one. It just snaps right in. It's also very attractive, goes with the monitors very, very well. It's like a brushed aluminum kind of finish with a white back. It's got a nice curve to it, so it really kind of goes along with the style of the monitor. It's got a clip on the back of it to help with wire management. It's got about a 4.5 inch up and down, so you can adjust the height of the monitor, and a 5 to 15 degree tilt up and down, so you can adjust to your ergonomic needs. For the navigation of the menus, it does have a joystick kind of control on the bottom of the monitors. I don't get into the menus very, very much, but I have found that it is very user-friendly when you have to navigate the monitors to use that joystick. You just toggle through the menus by moving that joystick back, forward, up, down, and click it in to select the menu you're at. Very user-friendly, but how many times a day are we in the menus on our monitor to where that's going to be a determining factor on our purchase of a monitor. These monitors do come with 7-watt speakers. They are mounted to the underside of the monitor. They're hidden from view, and they sound decent. Monitor speakers historically never sound fantastic. It's always better to use a secondary speaker, but as far as monitor speakers go, these are fairly decent. All right, let's get around to the back side for connection. What kind of ports we got on this bad boy? We have 2 HDMI ports. We have 1 display port. We have 2 Thunderbolt 2.0, which, by the way, one of my favorite things about these Thunderbolt 2.0s on this is they are daisy chainable. So basically, what you can do is if you have multiple monitors like me, instead of having to eat up 2 of your Thunderbolt ports on the back of your computer, you can run 1 Thunderbolt into your first monitor and then another one out of that monitor into the next monitor, and you can daisy chain off of the Thunderbolt cables on these things, which is great, especially if you got one of the new MacBooks that your ports are extremely limited. That's going to be great. As long as you have the processor and the video card oomph in there to power this many pixels, you're going to save your coveted few ports on that thing because you can daisy chain these monitors together. You can also daisy chain off of these to a hard drive. So, I mean, that was one of the things that sold me on these monitors over some of the other ultra wides, is being able to save those coveted precious ports and daisy chain off of these Thunderbolt accessories. You also have 2 USB 3.0s, 1 USB up, and one of these USBs is a quick charge USB. So it's going to actually charge your devices, your iPhones or iPads or whatever you got hooked up to. It's going to actually charge them a little faster. So that's a nice feature. So overall, would I recommend it? Absolutely. I love it. I have 2 of them. If you can swing it, 2 of them together makes a really cool big arc that really goes around. And I mean, talk about real estate. Man, you can fit anything on there. I do video editing and keep Premiere Pro completely open in one window, and I have the other window for different files and stuff that I'm using while I'm editing. And then I've still got one above because I'm a bit of a monitor geek, but I've still got one above for color editing. But anyway, I digress. I really recommend this for anybody. Other than somebody who is a competitive or a really serious gamer who really just requires that high refresh rate, I think anybody else is gonna be extremely pleased with these monitors. The style and fit and finish of these things doesn't get much better. The picture is excellent, the color representation is excellent, everything. I give these things just a double thumbs up. They are a little bit on the high side. They're a higher end monitor, so you're gonna pay close to $1,000 a piece for these things. But for what you're getting, I feel like it's a fair deal. I'm gonna put links for these monitors down below. Depending on when you're watching this video, the price may have dropped since I've made it, so you may be able to get a good deal or catch them on sale. But right now, I think they're around $1,000 a piece, which honestly, for what you're getting, I feel like is a very fair deal for some of the other monitors out there. So that's it for me today, guys. Another quick one. Hopefully you found this useful. I really love these monitors. If you have any questions for me about them that I didn't cover in this quick video, feel free to ask them in the comments below and I will answer them to the best of my ability as always. If you have found this useful or helpful, please go ahead and smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We'd like to have you on board. So that's it for me, guys, and we will see you in the next video.